It's a very rainy day, as you can probably hear, but it's still a perfect day to talk about books. And this is the book I'm going to talk about today. Me, by Sir Elton John. Now, when you read a book like this, you're bound to bring to it your memories and knowledge, such as it is, of someone who's famous. So, even before picking up this book, I'm thinking of the things I know about Sir Elton John. I don't know him, I've never met him, I've never interviewed him. I've been to one of his concerts, which was absolutely brilliant. And those are the kind of things I bring to it. I think The Lion King was one of the best things he ever did. I think he's done some brilliant songs that will stand the test of time. I also think he's done some awful ones. I remember his outrageous outfits, especially in the 70s and 80s. I remember that he got married to a woman for a short time. I remember when he met his husband, and it was in the press, David, and they had a civil partnership and got married. And I remember thinking that was an amazing thing for them to do, to lead the vanguard for people from the LGTBQ plus community, which was a great thing. And I know that they've got 2 sons, equally a great thing. So there's loads of things I know and I've seen, just like we all have through press reports and things. But it's very different to actually reading something written by Sir Elton John himself. So this book is beautifully written. It's very honest, it's a very easy read, and you get a real sense of the context in which Sir Elton John grew up. I don't think the words pinner will ever be bland to me again when he talks about his childhood, which was ordinary. It was an ordinary childhood. Not particularly happy, very close to his granny, sort of close to his mum, but they had a tricky relationship. His mum and dad were not in a happy marriage. Eventually it ended. His dad went off and married someone else. He was never close to his dad, but in later years became friendly with his stepbrothers and his stepmum, and that's a really good thing. But also it was his long journey in music, and you get to understand that success didn't come for Sir Elton overnight. He had to put the donkey work in, the leg work in, the rejections, the gigs in horrible places, the gigs where he had to think on his feet and just get on with it. What also comes through is this extraordinary talent that he has with music, where he only needs to hear a tune and he can immediately play it and remember it on the piano. And I think that is why that innate talent, plus his personality, that he's had such a long career and he's reinvented himself several times. What also comes across is his relationship with other famous people that we all know, including Princess Diana, John Lennon, Freddie Mercury, George Michael, Rod Stewart, Lady Gaga. Various other people come in the book, and sometimes, he falls out with these people. Like we all do. You fall out with people. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're not. Sometimes that friendship recovers, sometimes it doesn't. You also get a sense of his personality, which is can be volatile, and he can lose his temper. He talks about being wealthy and spending money and having an addiction to shopping. Why would that shock us, given he was addicted to other stuff too, alcohol, cocaine, for periods of time, and tried to deny it and tried to pretend it wasn't a problem. And then you also get that emerging story of his sexuality, trying to find out who he was, his various relationships, eventually ending in finding his partner, now husband, David. And you just get a real sense of almost like his shoulders coming down, of going, oh, at last I found someone who really loves me. And then goes on to have his children and finds out, as many of us do, that this extraordinary man who's got great wealth and extreme talent and that can make money at the snap of his hands, finds that his greatest blessing in life is a blessing that many of us are lucky to have: a happy relationship and parenthood, and no different from the rest of us. And I think that's lovely. That's what comes out of this book. I really suggest that you pick it up and read it. It'll make you see Sir Elton John in the round. And of course, we all like to nosy into the lives of other people, if we're really honest, don't we? Especially famous people, where we just see snapshots. We don't get the behind the scenes stuff. Also, there's a lovely picture in here of Andy Warhol, which I really, really like. But anyway, I thoroughly recommend it. Might make a good present for somebody. Me, by Sir Elton John.